Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hello. Our number 3 of the Line Talk 99.5 special shout out to our mammal, which is Trisha's mammal, who's listening to us right now.
Hey, Mama.
And I keep trying to send her cookies, but I think the last time I sent her cookies, I sent her too many, and she hasn't able to eat all of them. But she loves my cookies, by the way.
We'll just send 2 or 3, maybe.
Yeah. Well, I hadn't made any in a while, actually, but she says they're the best cookies she's ever had.
Now, when Mama says that, you think about it.
It's pretty big.
Yeah.
And even she even sends me ingredients sometimes. Like one time she sent some eggs. She's like, "Here, use these for baking."
I like that.
But yeah, Trish hangs out with her. And I think they're doing some shopping today. And so we always have a good time. We go over there and visit and hear her story. She got some good stories from back in the day. She used to have a pet pig that
Like my mom.
used to follow her around.
What was the name?
I don't remember. But I think at one point, well, no, I don't want to say that because I don't want to get the story wrong. I want to say they ended up
Oh, no.
made some bacon.
Oh, no.
I think, but I can't remember. She's got so many good stories, I can't remember them all.
Let's say you can't remember and that wasn't the case.
Yeah, hopefully that wasn't the case. But anyway, hello to Mammal, and I hope you and Trish have an awesome day today, out and about. Trish told her to get her dancing shoes on. We're going dancing at Publix. So, anyway, if you want to get in, you know the drill. 205-545-9950. That's 545-9950. What are you opening in there?
I needed a little protein. This is all I'm going to eat today. So I got pepper jack and hard salami. It's like a sandwich, but it's got cheese as like the bread, and the meat's in the middle.
A little hard salami during Pride Month.
Mm-hmm.
Never heard anybody.
No, that's not the reason.
Oh, well, it's true though. I mean, it is hard.
Maybe
salami.
for you.
It is Pride Month. All right. Speaking of which, this is the reason I brought that up. So, there's a minor league baseball team where players on the team refused to wear the Pride Night jerseys they had provided them. Now, we recently talked about a situation with the the San Francisco Giants, where a couple of their pitchers refused to wear the hats that had the rainbow SF logo on it. Well, one didn't wear it, and the other one wrote a Bible verse on his hat, which was, what was it, Genesis 8, 9 through 11. It's the one talking about God's promise to Noah, which is the original story of the rainbow, why rainbows exist. And so he essentially did that. It wasn't derogatory towards the LGBTQIA plus crowd or anything. It was just simply saying, hey, in case you're wondering where this rainbow came from, it was a way for him to say, this is what the rainbow represents for me. And really taking it back, because it's kind of crazy with all the symbolism that you could use in the whole wide world for your cause. You had to pick something that is closely tied to Christianity. You know, it's kind of like, why not use like an eggplant emoji for your symbol? Why'd you have to use the rainbow? But that's neither here nor there. In this situation, you had a group of minor league baseball players that took a stand this week, even at the cost of a potential win on the field. The York Revolution, that's the name of the team, York, Pennsylvania, announced that they were canceling their game after multiple players declined to wear the jerseys with rainbow sleeves to celebrate Pride Night at the stadium. Their game against the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs would have marked the Pennsylvania team's 11th annual Pride Night. Instead, the game was forfeited. They literally forfeited the game because they said, I'm not going to wear your rainbow sleeves. And good for them. Revolution team officials released a statement bemoaning the move by its players by slamming them, which is always a good move to make, just blaming your team, your players. They said, unfortunately, several of our players have refused to wear the scheduled Pride Night jersey, and the club decided that hosting the event is more important than forcing players to wear jerseys they are not comfortable with and playing the game. As a result, and out of respect for the Pride community and the York community as a whole, the York Revolution has decided that the game on Thursday, June 18th, will be forfeited and that Pride Night will continue on as the feature element of the evening at Wellspan Park. To be clear, this action by the players is completely inconsistent with our vision as the most welcoming place in York. I love this, by the way. I love the fact that people are now standing up for what they believe in, and it's having a domino effect. It's having a domino effect in the sense of this minor league team and these minor league players are looking up to the big leagues and seeing those players who have a lot on the line, by the way, are risking a lot by taking a stand in the woke MLB world and drawing courage from that. So they can then turn around and say, you know what? I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to stand on my beliefs. The York Revolution is a member of the North Division of the Atlantic League of Professional Baseball, based in York, Pennsylvania. The Atlantic League of Professional Baseball was established in 1998 and serves as Major League Baseball's first professional partner league. So is that they're the first farm league? Is that what they're saying? Because
Yes.
when did the Barons become a farm league team? What year?
Long time ago.
Well, so it was before '98, right? I mean,
Yeah.
they were a White Sox affiliate, just like the Birmingham Squadron is a Pelicans affiliate.
Right.
Well, it says the Atlantic League of Professional Baseball was established in '98 and serves as Major League Baseball's first professional partner league. So maybe I'm not understanding what professional partner league means. This marks the second time this week the world of baseball has been embroiled in controversy surrounding Pride Month. You know that, blah, 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 blah. So, anyway, good for those guys. Good for them standing on business, as we say. Standing on business. I like it. I like it a lot. What else? What else? Oh, a little bit on the Obama stuff, the Obama Presidential Center. So I went back and watched a little bit of this I was kind of documenting it as I was watching it on CNN yesterday during the show. You remember that. And I went back and watched the moment that Joe and Jill Biden left the stage, and Jill walked off the stage without him. And he was left wandering around. As everybody had left the stage, Joe Biden was kind of just standing there, staring off into the crowd, looking so lost. And he would kind of wave, act like he's waving at somebody, and then just start staring. He had his aviators on, so you couldn't see, like, even if his eyes were open. But it was
That's sad.
It was very sad. The poor guy. Jill left him. Obama left him. Nobody came back around to help the guy out.
Well, he's not president anymore. They could care less.
Yeah, they don't care. He ain't got much time left on this earth anyway. He doesn't. But it is. It's something for the history books. I mean, the Bidens are America's first white trash first family. You know, I mean, people could have made that argument for Jimmy Carter just because he had a drunk brother or whatever it
Billy.
was. Drunk Billy.
I tried some of their Billy beer. He introduced Billy beer. The brother.
Really? I didn't even know that.
Yeah, it was disgusting.
Was
it
it?
was like cheap.
That's because he was drunk when he was making it.
That's right.
Yeah. So, or maybe that was a marketing gimmick to get people off of alcohol. Try Billy beer and recover.
And recover.
Get into recovery with Billy beer. Find sobriety with Billy beer. But no, that doesn't even hold the candle to America's. By the way, also, what do you think Hunter Biden's going to be doing for Father's Day? You think he's going to get a gift from his daughter that he won't claim in Arkansas?
Nah, he's probably going to Caribbean or something like that.
You don't think his former DC stripper baby mama is going to get her to draw on a card and send it to him?
No.
I mean, he was paying like $40,000 a month in child support until he ran out of money.
Yeah. I don't think that any of them are gonna have a whole lot to do with them. I could be wrong.
Well, and they'll be fine. I mean, I think she got a huge payout. They basically said in their child support agreement, where Hunter Biden was trying to get that payment lowered, they ended up saying, here's the deal. And I don't know, I think Hunter Biden's legal team offered this. They say, if we give you X number of dollars as a one-time payment, you have to agree to not get any more child support, and I am no longer to contact, reach out, see, or even acknowledge this little girl. He basically wanted a clean break. He did not want to have any sort of relationship with that poor baby, and said, we're going to give you this much money. And honestly, you really don't want that guy being
No,
even though he seems to be doing better, but,
seems to be.
He's still a Biden. So, and the Biden family has got a history of really weird stuff. And I'm talking we're talking pedo behavior, because it's just, it's a weird family. I would steer clear of the Bidens. If that's your daddy, you're going to be better off without him. 100%. I mean, look at what was it? Ashley Biden wrote in her diary that Joe Biden used to take showers with her.
Yes.
When she was little. Like that's just a little weird. But anyway, I don't want to talk about the Bidens. I want to talk about Obama. He's the star of the show, right? And I want to tell you guys that Obama is not a dumb SOB, but he's an evil SOB. And I'll explain all that on the other side. 205-545-9950. A lot more of the line on the way.
Going out to Michael and Sheila Crocker, Don't Want to Miss a Thing by Aerosmith. You two lovebirds have a great weekend.
This is a good one.
From Talk 99.5.
This was, God, man, this one was slapping back in high school. I mean, you're doing a slow dance with your boo.
Yeah.
To this one in high school.
Yeah.
I think this was the song of one of our proms. I went to like 4 different proms. I went my freshman year, my 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th grade. Because, you're only supposed to go like juniors and seniors to prom. But I like them older.
I went when I was 21. I was dating an 18-year-old.
Really?
Yeah, I got to go.
Dang,
and then I had my long hair, earrings. Everybody thought I was the coolest.
Everybody was like, hey, man, can you buy her alcohol on the way out?
Yeah.
Of course, back then, you may only had to been 15 to buy alcohol.
Yeah, they looked the other way.
Yeah, I went to 4 proms in high school. I mean, the same school, but,
I wonder if that's some kind of record.
It might be. I think if I tried to go in 8th grade, they probably wouldn't have let me. But, like I said, man, I like older women. It's my thing. I like them cougars. Wow. But Trish, she's she looks very young.
Cougar, yes, she does. Just like me, you got young people around you.
That's right. I've got older people that look so young surrounding me.
That's right.
How about that? Cool. Anyway, it's a couples love Friday here on the line, and we're playing all the jams that y'all have sent us. But I want to talk about Obama. So, the reason I said what I said about Obama is I was really thinking about it while Trump was at the G7 and talking about the Iran deal. Simultaneously, we've got the grand opening of the Obama Center. Trump compared it to Obama's Iran deal, and Trump said the Iranians laughed at Obama and called him a dumb son of a bitch.
Dang.
I don't know if they actually called him that, but they were thinking that in some sort of translation from, Persianese, so Arabic or whatever they're talking over there. But here's the thing is dumb son of a bitch is not accurate for Obama. Obama isn't dumb. He's actually far from it. Obama is a smart and cunning Marxist revolutionary, at the least. He's a talented, bullish artist and a con man who conned half of America. He's a communist, traitor to America. He's a radical Muslim terrorist sympathizer, just like Zoran Mamdani. He is the worst race divider and race baiter in the modern American history. But most of all, Obama is one evil sumbitch. And there's 3 stories that were in the news headlines just in the past 48 hours that prove who and what Obama really is. First is the Iran deal. Obama and many of his Marxist cronies attacked Trump over the terms of the deal, the Iran deal, which is ironic because Obama never dropped a bomb on Iran. He never destroyed much of their nuclear capabilities and military infrastructure. He never killed off their political and military leaders, but Obama did hand Iran $100 billion of U.S. taxpayer money and got nothing in return. Trump, on the other hand, Trump bombed the ish out of Iran, destroyed much of their nuclear capabilities and military infrastructure. He killed off all their political and military leaders, 2 or 3 layers down, and then gave them $300 billion of OPM, which is other people's money, from Iran's Arab Gulf allies, not from U.S. taxpayers. And by the way, they haven't seen a dime of that money and won't until they do what we tell them to do. So I'll take Trump's deal every time. It's typical Obama BS. He screws it up, promotes pure fantasy about his deal, and then viciously attacks a far superior deal by Donald Trump. Of course, the deal is far from perfect, but it's a hell of a lot better than Obama's deal. I don't know that you can put together a perfect deal with a country like Iran. It's not possible because of who you're dealing with. But this proves once again that Obama's a con man and a bullish artist. The second story out of the three in the past 48 hours was the terrorist plot to commit mass murder at the White House UFC event. It turns out the lead terrorist was an illegal alien granted DACA by Obama. In other words, Obama opened our borders, let the terrorist illegal alien from Mexico into our country, and then granted him the right to stay. Proving once again, when it comes to anything bad and evil that leads to danger, disaster, collapse, America's downfall, and potential death to American citizens, all roads lead to Obama. And finally, there's story number 3. It's the Obama Presidential Center. Turns out that this is the opening of the biggest albatross in presidential library history. Just like Obamacare, it's a gigantic, expensive, bloated, debt-ridden disaster that bankrupts everyone and everything it touches. It was promoted and branded as a lasting legacy by Obama, and it is. It's a lasting legacy to all the failures of communism in world history. Communist ideas always lead to misery, poverty, bankruptcy, debt, and pain.
Yes, It Is a Lovely Day by Bill Withers. And it's a lovely day for Michael and Cindy from Talk 99.5. And one of my personal favorites.
I like it. It's got my approval. Oh, and one more thing.
Mm-hmm.
The Obama library is butt ugly.
Oh, it's horrific.
It's a lasting stain on the Chicago skyline. It's going to be like that poop where you have to wipe and wipe and wipe, and it just never stops.
It never stops. It looks kind of like a futuristic prison or something.
And all of that while the Marxist scumbags who run Chicago handed Obama the land under the library for $10 for a 99-year lease. He paid $10. And you saved all that money and still can't pay the contractors. So Chicago's taxpayers got screwed worse than the Indians who sold Manhattan for a few beads. They got really screwed. It's in a perfect location, though. How fitting for Obama's library to be based in America's crime capital, overlooking the city overwhelmed with drugs and shootings and murders, record black-on-black crime, and a failing public school system producing kids who can't read or do basic math. It's a perfect place. What a legacy. As usual, when it comes to the decline of America, all roads lead to Obama. So understand, he's not a dumb son of a bitch. He's an evil son of a bitch. So there you go. And speaking of Marxist socialist, the Democrat Socialist of America, I've been seeing this headline pop up over the past 24 hours. I didn't think a lot about it, but the more I look into it, the more I'm like, okay, we really do have this going on. When you think socialist used to be kind of a conspiracy theory, they called right wingers like, oh, sorry, you're acting like socialists.
Yeah.
Socialism's coming to America. Well, now the Democratic Socialist of America are creating their own Red Guard, a militia network called the Red Rabbits. That's right. The old Red Rabbits.
Red Rabbits?
Yeah, they're creating an armed paramilitary group called the Red Rabbits, which sounds almost exactly like the Red Guards in communist China.
Yep.
The training tactics being described for the Red Rabbits mirrors the tactics of Antifa and other leftist groups. The human infrastructure for this already exists. You know, those people you see marching on college campuses or wearing, you know, Islamic garb and shouting Free Palestine. Those are exactly the type of people who will join an outfit like this one. This is from City Journal. They say, as its national influence has risen, the Democratic Socialist of America has simultaneously grown more extreme. Nowhere is this more apparent than in the group's Red Rabbits initiative. The Red Rabbit Security Commission, a subgroup within the DSA focused on community defense efforts, is, according to its authorizing resolution, preparing for a national uprising against federal agents and police brutality. In practice, that means training cadres in tactics like armed and unarmed self-defense, blocking intersections, and fighting fascists with things like umbrellas. A recent panel offered an unprecedented window into what the project looks like. Organizers from Minnesota, Oklahoma City, Philadelphia, Tucson, Austin, and Portland compared notes as the discussion made clear the DSA is trying to construct a nationwide security apparatus to support its expanding role in street protest and direct action organizing. And in doing so, it fears drawing the attention of the Internal Revenue Service, likely with good reason. The DSA launched the Red Rabbit Security Commission at its 2025 National Convention. Organizers choose the deliberately innocuous name as a nod to the novel Watership Down, in which rabbits are outnumbered and beset by enemies. Earlier branding proposals include National Vigilance Committee were deemed too politically stark, with some members concerned that they could be interpreted as an endorsement for vigilantism. The Red Rabbits claim that their focus is on 5 core security skills: de-escalation, stop the bleed, a first aid training on bleeding control, firearm safety, unarmed self-defense, and protest marshaling, crowd management during demonstrations, is how they describe it. The DSA has already taken over the Democrat Party, but they have much bigger goals than that. They want to eliminate the U.S. Senate, the presidency, the U.S. Supreme Court, and the Electoral College. Looking at their flyer, it says DSA's new platform, Workers Deserve More, radical goals straight from the platform. Abolish the Senate, replace the president and Supreme Court, defund the Department of War, abolish the carceral state, so abolish prisons, free Palestine. It says, for a free Palestine with Jerusalem as its capital, end all military and economic aid to Israel, prosecute U.S. and Israeli leaders responsible for the genocide in Gaza. Nobody gives credit to Trump for Gaza, except for Hillary Clinton, ironically enough. I saw her giving a hat tip to Trump on his Gaza policies. End sanctions on Cuba, Venezuela, and Iran. This is the Democrat Socialist of America's policies. Abolish ICE and grant amnesty for all, which means anybody and everybody can come into this country. No questions asked. Public ownership of major corporations and remake elections nationwide, such as abolish the Electoral College, replace the two-party system with a multi-party democracy, expand the House of Representatives, so on and so forth. So this is no longer a conspiracy theory. It is actually happening. They're saying all this out loud. So nobody should be surprised. I mean, there are socialists, communists all throughout the Democrat Party, and many of which are running for office, some of which have already won office. And with that kind of mindset, it would allow we turn into a third world-ish hole. I mean, in a matter of no time. Because everything is backwards. Like everything they got, everything that is proven through history that works, they say, let's do the opposite of that. And it's the same thing, whatever they accuse you of, they're guilty of themselves. It's just like hate crimes that we see pop up, right? It immediately gets pinned to the conservatives or Trump supporters. And white supremacy or whatever. And then it turns out it's some crazed leftist that did the hate crime. Almost every time, whether it's Jussie Smollett or whoever. There was a deranged anti-Trump leftist that finally got charged with a hate crime after burning a cross with a MAGA hat on top in Chicago's Grant Park. It wasn't some pasty white guy that was racist and burning a cross. No, it turned out to be some Asian leftist. 21-year-old charged with multiple felonies, including hate crimes. It was initially hyped by Chicago officials, Reverend Michael Flager, and media as a racist, white supremacist, or KKK-style attack in Grant Park that turned out to be the work of a deranged anti Trump, anti MAGA leftist. It was on June 9th. Police and firefighters responded to a burning cross in Chicago's Grant Park. And when people see this, because their head is pumped so full of the KKK is everywhere, white supremacists are everywhere, that they automatically draw that conclusion. So the incident prompted immediate backlash, and one local church offered a $10,000 reward to help make an arrest. And local officials were quick to blame the incident on racism and white supremacists. Imagine going to the church and they're out here donating money for, you know, a cause to donating your tithes to anybody that could give them information on a crime that didn't happen at the church.
That's not a church I want to go to.
Block Club Chicago reported that Reverend Michael Flager of St. Sabina Church, who offered the reward, noted, quote, racism has always been a part of America's DNA, and this week it has raised its head boldly and loudly. The bold rise of racism must be condemned by every race, faith, community, and Chicagoan. So what did we call it? Chicagoan, as was done with the swastika and treated as a hate crime. But as it turns out, the cross burner is an Asian man. His name's Merlin Liu. He's 21. He's a University of Illinois Chicago senior who burned the cross adorned with a MAGA hat on top to protest Trump and MAGA. Liu allegedly told police that, quote, the greatest threat to the American people is Donald Trump, Jeffrey Epstein, their billionaire pedophile friends, and their MAGA Christian nationalist base. And you remember when Trump said that this Epstein stuff was a Democrat hoax, and the media immediately translated that as, oh, he says Epstein's a hoax and it's not real. It's his best friend. This is what he was talking about. He was saying Democrats are using this to get people riled up. What did the UFC terrorist say? Why they were going and trying to kill Trump and other Trump officials? Because of the Jeffrey Epstein stuff. The Democrats have used this to get their freaks that are within their party, their mentally unstable people, to take action. That's what they're doing. So here's the kicker, though. Because this is Chicago, yesterday this guy appeared in court, Cook County Court. And despite the gravity of the charges and multiple felonies targeting a protected class and using fire to intimidate, you think if John Bird, if you would have gone and burned a cross in a public park, like you'd be thrown under the jail.
Oh, yeah.
So despite all that, the judge refused to even detain this guy and decided he is simply prohibited from possessing fire-starting materials like wood or kerosene. So instead of throwing this guy in jail because he turned out to be a leftist and not like a Klansman, the judge has banned him from possessing wood and kerosene. That's his punishment. Not even probation. And he's got another court appearance, so maybe he'll get his wood possessing rights back. But the judge said, that's your punishment for now. You're not allowed to possess wood or kerosene. What? It's like not even, it feels like it's not even real. But that's what socialist America would look like. It also looks like wide open borders, as the DSA noted, and would have us looking a lot like what you see over in the UK. We talked about that earlier this week. And now you've got a situation where UK officials refuse to identify who the perpetrator is, but somebody at a UK zoo took a 3-year-old boy and threw him into a crocodile enclosure. Now the child's in the hospital in critical condition. And for whatever reason, don't know what that would be, but the UK police refused to tell the public who the guy was. It says tragedy struck a Cambridgeshire zoo and led to a 3-year-old boy being rushed to the hospital in critical condition after he was thrown into a crocodile enclosure. Police said they had arrested a 30-year-old British man from Norfolk on suspicion of attempted murder after the incident at Johnson's Zoo. The suspect and the boy, who was taken by air ambulance to the hospital with serious injuries, were not believed to have known each other. So a random individual threw a 3-year-old boy that he did not know, into a crocodile enclosure at the zoo. So when we learned that the UK authorities are not divulging the identity of the suspect other than he is a UK man, you'll understand why. Because UK man is going to turn out to be a UK migrant that probably shouldn't have been in the country.